It's very simple. It's a numbers game. That's why they really shouldn't have left this up to... Like, I think the Founding Fathers made a mistake. It shouldn't have been a political process to impeach the president. It should be a civil criminal proceeding.
I don't know about that either, though.
Why?
Because I feel like almost every president would have been impeached at one point then.
That's because almost every president has done something worthy of getting impeached.
I understand, but at the same time, it's like you can't just... Like, for example, I'll go back to history, right? Ancient Rome, they had so many emperors at one point getting assassinated or whatever, mostly assassinated, that there was a point where there were so many emperors in a year that no one even knew who the emperor was. And it got so bad that kids, the emperor's children who were like 12, 13, had to start taking over. No one even knew who they were because they kept getting rid of people who they didn't like.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how that would happen with the presidency because they would be under the same burden of proof that any criminal trial is. And so you'd have to bring it before the court.
I mean,
federal court.
By the way, I'm not saying I oppose it, because if a president gets impeached, there's probably a reason why.
And then it would be decided by the citizens instead of people who have a vested interest in either seeing the president stay or go.
But my concern would be like, okay, let's say Obama would get obviously impeached or at least the impeachment trials would be brought up to him just for being black. I see those would be problems.
But do you think the Republicans, if they had something to impeach him with, they would have tried already?
Republicans, yes. No, I'm not talking about Republicans now. Now I'm talking about the people. The people in the South who hate Obama just because of the simple fact that he's black.
No, but I'm saying the president would have to be brought in front of federal court. So it had nothing to do with the people in the South.
Well, I thought we were talking about if people were allowed to do or if it
no,
was
not
a civil
people.
case.
No, that if it were a crime, just like any other crime, where if somebody commits a crime, you get arrested and then you face trial.
Okay.
And the people making that decision would be prosecutors, just like everybody else gets.
I mean, I guess... Okay, I see what you're saying. I was missing...
No, it's not a vote. You don't get to vote to impeach somebody.
That's kind of what I thought you were leaning toward.
No, I'm saying it's a criminal proceeding.
So just like a regular case.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I don't see what's wrong
he
with that.
shouldn't be insulated from that.
They gave the president special powers.
Yeah.
And the problem is, obviously, in this case, for example, when the Republicans run everything.
Well, they made the process political, and there are political reasons for both sides.
Sure.
Either to keep him or to get rid of him.
Right.
Now, of course, in this case, I think that he deserves to be gotten rid of. I think he's done enough to warrant impeachment.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Who, Donald Trump?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
But I'm just saying that it shouldn't be political. It should be a criminal proceeding.
Sure. No, I agree with you on that. I totally do. But it's not. So we can't do that to ourselves because
that's why I'm saying the Founding Fathers made a big mistake, just like they did with the Electoral College.
And guns.
Yeah.
They made a lot of mistakes. We could just go ahead and say it. The Founding
the
Fathers...
slaves, too. That was
the slaves, yeah.
Yeah.
So Founding Fathers were not perfect.
No.
Not by any means.
Not even close. I don't even think they formed the best form of government because obviously other countries seem to do some things better.
That is very true.
Yeah, so...
Let's move on to our final story before we get to Steven.
Yeah.
Austin, I want you to start this off with a clip.
In a world. No, go ahead.
All right.
Oh, I know a clip I'm supposed to start this off with.
So go ahead and play the clip, Austin.
All right, I'll do that.
In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
So if you just watched that clip with us or you listened to it, you heard the President of the United States of America speaking in front of the United Nations General Assembly in New York.
The bigliest assembly.
The bigliest assembly. Literally the bigliest assembly. And his exact claims, I'll go ahead and read those exact claims for you. You ready for this?
I'm always ready for this, yeah.
I gotta find it first.
Okay.
It's kind of stalling. Okay.
We've done the best job in the history of mankind.
In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country, he said, which started prompting some laughter. Now, however, it only got worse when he interrupted himself to declare it was so true.
So true.
So true. Yeah. Which actually made the crowd laugh. And Trump's response, because he had no idea what to do, said, I didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
But that's okay. You can laugh at me. You can laugh at me now.
Austin.
And I'll bomb all of you
got
later.
Laughed at.
Yeah, the UN, yeah. Like he didn't deserve it.
The world's leaders got together in a room. Trump said that I'm doing the best job that any president has.
Best job.
And everyone started to laugh at him.
I don't understand why you're all laughing. I've done such a terrific job.
You got the wrong letter
job. It was bigly and goodly.
Austin, that's so embarrassing.
And we're now doing the best we've ever done.
The greatest.
The greatest best.
The greatest bestest.
The greatest best hits of the Eagles.
Austin, how embarrassing is this?
On a scale from, I don't know.
On a scale of Obama eating Dijon mustard
to Stormy Daniels describing his penis.
Yeah.
I would put this at Stormy Daniels describing his penis.
Yes, which is not a 10. That's like a 45.
Yeah.
Get it?
Or in his case, a 2.5.
Oh, I said 45. 2.5. She said it looks like Toad from Super Mario.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Yahoo! When you brought this clip up to me, Austin, I started laughing so hard. I'm just in shock. I'm not in shock, by the way, of the events. I'm just amazed at his reaction to that. And I'm conflicted.
He didn't know what to do.
I'm conflicted with that reaction. It's almost like he knows that his administration is actually a joke.
I don't think so. I think he just doesn't know how to react in a situation like that because he's never had that before.
I don't think any president has had that. I don't think any president has ever
George Bush had a shoe thrown at him.
Yeah, but was he laughed at the UN?
No. He had 2 shoes thrown at him.
Yeah. By the way, let's go back in time for a second. His dodging, on point.
Whoa.
Twice!
Nah.
Now,
Didn't hit me
granted,
this time.
that guy should have definitely clocked him at least once. But he didn't. Bush really was good. And then he stayed in his ground. I see if I was me, I would have charged the fuck out of that guy. I would have knocked him on his ass.
Throw your shoes at me. Shame on you. Don't throw shoes. What? We don't throw shoes again.
Whoa, you fool, Grant! Man, he was something.
So the doctors can practice their love with women all across the country.
Oh my god!
So you can put food on your family.
Oh my god!
He had so many good ones.
Oh my god! Is our children learning?
Yeah.
Although, as we were talking about yesterday, you and I, the Trumpisms might beat the Bushisms.
They're not as funny though. They're just like they ratchet up the stupid so much higher.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, that our president was laughed at on the world stage. Pretty funny. And
he did say that the world is laughing at us.
Yes,
so he's right.
He was right. And this is actually a perfect segue because speaking of the world laughing at us, let's take a break. And when we come back, we have our good friend Steven, who's also our Not America correspondent, and he will give us our update on the world.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah. Definitely didn't already happen.
Nope. It's about to happen right now.
All right.
Welcome back to the Dowcast, everybody. It's been a great break. I hope you enjoyed whatever was just played. I'm not sure if it's a promo, if it's a music, or if it's just nothing.
If it's a music,
If it's a music, yeah, that's right. You fucking heard me right.
I did.
Also, I'm kind of bored of you, so I decided to get someone to come onto the show.
The English me.
The English you, I don't know. We could ask him what he thinks about that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's the English me is better. So
The English
everything
you.
English is,
Why
except for the food, maybe.
Why is he the English you?
He's in England.
Why is he the English you? I know the fucking fact that he's English. Why is he the English you?
Because we have the same sense of humor. We like to rag on you.
Well, because we're intelligent, we're competent at being able to put out a podcast. We know how to actually structure things logically.
Wow.
We have a decent taste in music.
Going
and,
on, before I introduce him,
Now you know how it feels.
Steven. It's Steven from the Not America Report. That guy. Remember him?
Stephen England, apparently.
Steven England, yeah. That's right.
I forgot about that.
He remembers more of our show than I do.
Even when I'm not on, you see, which I'm not sure everybody else does, but I listen when I'm not on.
I certainly don't.
No.
Welcome back, Mr.
Thank you very
Steven.
much. It's my pleasure to be here. How are you boys doing?
Fine.
Good, yeah.
Fine. Yeah. It's still America. So
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
it's
I
all
wish
right.
we'd done a better job when we set you up, to be honest.
you had two chances. You had 2 chances to take us back. 2! And you failed both times. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Looking at it now, though, I'm kind of glad we didn't.
Yeah, I guess.
It's hard to argue.
It's hard to argue. Yeah. Are you drinking with us today?
I have. I've got a pumpkin green tea, which I haven't tasted yet.
Ooh.
It's thankfully I was down in the head union office down in London, and one of my friends down there, who's a secretary, actually had a sachet of green tea that was pumpkin. It's sugar pumpkin. I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
I don't know.
But yes, so I suddenly seized up on the idea of having that for this episode. So we shall see how that goes.
You see,
By
everybody,
the way,
that's a fan right there.
Well, I have to give credit to both of our correspondents who have had pumpkin themed drinks.
Yeah, they understand what we're all about. Which is, if you as a listener are not doing that, like if you're not drinking a pumpkin beer right now while driving to work, you are not a real fan.
Honestly, Tom,
Wait
I
a
think
second.
if that's the situation, I think that really they need to prove themselves by doubling their Patreon pledge.
Wow, and
That's true,
how
yeah.
can they do that, Stephen?
Well, they can follow the link in the show notes, obviously, to go to Patreon, and that all the details will be there about how they can give you more money in order to provide this quality show.
Or just any money at this point.
Yeah.
Just saying. Okay, well, Austin and
money or food, or you'll accept anything, won't you? Really, just
hand jobs, blowjobs, whatever you know. Can we accept digital hand jobs?
Why? I assume all hand jobs are digital. They use their digits.
Wow.
brilliant.
How are you laughing at that? That was stupid.
It's funny.
That was stupid.
It's Tom. It's wordplay. It's using intelligence and vocabulary to make the joke.
No, it's just stupid. That's what it is. Anyway.
I think that's for the listeners to decide. And
Yeah.
They've decided.
That sounds like a Twitter poll to me, but there you go.
No, you don't get to dictate my polls, okay? That sounded
just
bad.
leave that joke where
That
it
sounded
is.
bad.
Dictating your poll. That sounds like an album title, doesn't it?
So Tom is also good at wordplay.
Anyway, Austin and I are drinking alcohol, and we're going to be drinking Pun King.
No,
But-
punkin.
Yeah, as I said, it's Pun. I
There's
wanted
no
to-
G. It's punkin.
I didn't say king.
You did.
That's just I'm.
You clearly said king.
All right, Punkin
Yeah.
ale from Dogfish Head. It's brown ale brewed with pumpkin. I almost said pumpkin and spices. It's 7% ABV for those keeping score at home. It's we've never had this, right, Austin?
No. I mean, not on the show.
Yeah, sure. We're only halfway through with this beer. Okay, if you're ready, we'll do our symbolic cheers
Yeah.
and get this on the road. How pumpkin-y is your tea there, Mr. Steven?
It tastes very pumpkin-y, which is would be very good for Austin. Not so good for me because I don't actually like pumpkin. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Now hiring a new non-American